Fam, let's be real. What we are witnessing right now is not just a series of attacks on powerful black women. It's an attack on all of us. Jasmine Crockett in Texas, Letitia James in New York, Lisa Cook at the Federal Reserve Board. It's open season on black women in power. And we need to understand what this really means, because when black women in the highest seats of power aren't safe, none of us are. So let's talk about these attacks. And let's look at what's happening right now, because these attacks aren't abstract. They're unfolding in real time against black women who dare to step into positions of power. Let's first talk about Jasmine Crockett in Texas. We all know that they have been attacking Jasmine Crockett for quite some time. She's outspoken and unapologetically black, and she tells the truth. But the latest move is even more sinister. As I've explained, in Texas, most recently, they've been mounting an assault on black and brown voting rights. Republicans gerrymandered her congressional district and literally drew her out of it. That means that she no longer lives inside of the district that she represents. So now she is faced with a very difficult choice. She can either move into the newly drawn district where she currently lives and run in that district, or she can stay in the one that she lives in and run there and face targeted challenges because she no longer lives there. None of this is accidental. It's deliberate, and it's designed to sideline her voice and weaken her political influence. Now, let's talk about Big Tish, Letitia James in New York. She's the Attorney General of the state of New York, the first black woman to hold that position. And she has been relentless in going after Trump and the Trump Foundation for their illegal activities in the state of New York. She has prosecuted the current occupant of the White House, securing 32 felony convictions against him. And for that act of accountability, she's now facing manufactured retaliation. His allies are suddenly dragging her into some so-called mortgage fraud investigation. And the case clearly appears to be pulled out of thin air, and it is not accidental. Let's now talk about Lisa Cook, the first black woman to ever be appointed to the Federal Reserve Board. The current occupant, again, can't push his own appointee, the chairman, Jerome Powell, around. So instead, he's targeting Miss Cook, accusing her of what? Mortgage fraud again, and threatening to fire her if she doesn't resign her seat. It's a baseless attack meant to intimidate and humiliate because he wants the seat. He thinks that if he puts one of his cronies in there, he can get Powell to change the interest rates. And let's pause here because you notice a pattern. Why mortgage fraud? Because it's low-hanging fruit. Almost everyone who isn't rich has to get a mortgage to buy a home or any property. That means there's always paperwork, applications, income statements, tax records that can be picked apart under a microscope. And if someone wants to weaponize that information, they can easily do so. And they can almost always find something that they can twist into an accusation, an allegation of wrongdoing. It's not about justice. It's about finding an easy angle to smear and discredit people, especially black people in the public sphere, black public officials who hold power. And while this is happening at the highest levels of government, as you know, over 300,000 black women have already been forced out of the workforce in 2025 alone. And remember, the year isn't even over yet. This is not a coincidence. This is part of the same campaign of erasure. The message is very clear. No matter how high you rise, no matter how hard you work, if you're a black person, especially if you're a black woman, they can and will come for you if you don't do things the way they think you should do it. And especially if you have the audacity to challenge them. And let's talk for a minute about how organized these attacks really are, because they are not random. These are coordinated attacks that the current occupant of the White House has literally created a so-called weaponization department inside of the Justice Department. It is an entire government office dedicated to going after his political enemies. Who's running it, you may ask? An individual named Ed Martin, a far-right operative whose job it is to turn federal agencies into weapons. And let's be honest, one of their top priorities is going after black women. They're using agencies like the Federal Housing Finance Agency to gin up false investigations. They're pushing mortgage fraud cases out of thin air. They're assigning special prosecutors not to pursue justice, but to pursue retaliation. And this is not paranoia. This is policy. It is a campaign to silence black people, especially black women, because black women have been the ones holding this administration accountable. And for that, we are now public enemy number one. And this campaign didn't just start with Crockett, James, or Cook. The purge began from the moment the current occupant walked back into the White House in 2025. Almost immediately, he began firing black women left and right from key positions. Gwen Wilcox, the first black woman on the National Labor Relations Board. He fired her by midnight email in his first week back in office. Carla Hayden, the first black woman who became the Librarian of Congress and the first woman to ever hold the post, fired May 2025 right after testifying before Congress. Charlotte Burrows and Jocelyn Samuels, commissioners at the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission, aka the EEOC, the very agency charged with investigating discrimination, fired in January 2025, gutting the EEOC's independence and its ability to protect workers compromised. This was a deliberate cleansing of black women from positions of authority in government, a message that no matter your qualifications, no matter your history-making role, if you're a black woman in a position of influence, they will find a way to come for you. Several days ago, we saw the news that the occupant had the FBI raid the home of John Bolton, a white Republican, his own former national security advisor. He had them people run up in that man's house at 7 o'clock in the morning. If he'll do that to a white Republican man, what do you think he'll do to a black woman he sees as a threat? And I'm going to be honest right here. I wouldn't even be surprised if one day he tries similar tactics against our former black president. Because to this administration, this is not just about political differences. It's about punishing and erasing anyone who represents accountability. And for them, that threat is doubled if you're black. But I want to be clear, in my opinion, they're not just targeting them, they're targeting us. If my discovery calls are any indication, there is a full-blown attack on black women across the board happening in workplaces. It doesn't matter if you're in Congress, at the Federal Reserve, or sitting in a corporate office with a mid-level management title. If you are in any position of influence or power anywhere, they will come for you at some point. The goal is the same, to push us out, to silence us, to remind us that this system was never designed for us to thrive in the first place. And here's the thing, y'all. When they target us, they're targeting the economic lifeline of the black community. Over 300,000 plus black women pushed out of their jobs this year. That is 300,000 households destabilized. That is children, elders, and communities who rely on those paychecks now left vulnerable. This is not just political warfare, it's economic warfare. It's designed to weaken us from the inside out so that when the bigger policy changes come down the pike, we are too economically unstable to resist them. So what is my solution? Building our own table. And this is why I keep saying it is time for us to stop waiting for these systems to take care of us. They have shown us time and time again that they will not. It is time for us to invest in ourselves. Whether you're planning to leave your job soon, whether you're years away from retirement, or whether you're just thinking about what your future looks like and what your next steps should be, now is the time to start your small business. Every single one of us has a talent that someone will pay us for. Because when we control our labor, our money, and our futures, we cannot be erased as easily. One of the reasons that I created my Entrepreneurship 101 webinar series is because I really believe that now is the time for us to be starting small businesses. Now is the time for us to understand what that looks like. It's designed to give you the mindset, the strategies, and the tools to start your own business, even if you're still working your 9 to 5. The first session is going to drop on September 18, 2025 at 5 p.m. CST, 7 p.m. EDT. Put it on your calendar. Annual HR community members get free access to the entire series. Monthly members get access at a discounted rate. Non-members can still join, but you will have to pay the full registration fee. So now's a good time to join the community if you want to avoid the full registration fee. This is your chance to start laying the foundation for your financial independence and freedom. Don't wait until your job pushes you out or the system decides that you're expendable. Build your own exit plan now. If you found this video helpful, make sure you like it, comment, but comment constructively, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you know when the next video drops. And if you're currently in a discriminatory, hostile work environment and you need help figuring out your next step, don't wait. Book a discovery call. My calendar is back open. Let's talk and assess your situation and determine whether I can be of help to you as you map a strategy. This is your chance to get a professional assessment of your situation so you can plan your path forward. Also, don't forget right now, we're still in the month of August, my birthday month, and I have birthday month specials. You can get 10% off the Anti-HR Master Course Bundle with code GETFREE10, or grab the roadmap to understanding your workplace rights and get the Anti-HR Documentation Journal 50% off with the code BIRTHDAY. As always, I'm Anne Marie. Thank you for watching. And remember, HR is not your enemy, but they're definitely not your friend. But I am. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.
So I wanted to share my experience for my commute to work yesterday in Dallas, Texas, headed to Frisco on George Bush Turnpike. You know what? It's one thing to have road rage, which is unacceptable. As adults, we should be able to manage our emotions. And sometimes we don't. I've been guilty of it myself, right? But to be racist and have road rage is crazy. It's dangerous. Yesterday, I'm currently going to Frisco every morning for work because I'm doing a training. So everyone from my company is actually in Dallas this week. And this is the location they chose, which is fine. It's like a 45-minute hour drive away from my home. And yesterday, I really don't know what happened. Yesterday, I encountered this man. I actually took a picture of his license plate. I don't know if I should call the police. Maybe that's what I'm asking for, advice. If I should be calling the police or what I should be doing in this situation, because it really has me, I don't want to say traumatized, because I don't want to give this person that much power over me. But this man, I'm in the left lane if you're wondering if I cut him off. This man chased me on the highway for about 15 to 20 minutes, calling me niggers, spitting at my car, trying to sideswipe me, getting in front of me, trying to slam on his brakes. So I hit him, pointing a gun at me for reasons unknown. Now, I'm not no perfect person. I ain't the perfect driver, but I know I didn't deserve that. And when I tell you it lasted for so long, I really did. At one point during the process, I thought I almost hit him because of how many times he kept cutting me off and driving around me, that if I would have hit him, he probably would have shot me. It could have been road rage until you start calling me niggers, though, right? And spitting at my car and chasing me for miles just to cut me off. And I promise you, I don't even recall cutting this man off. And if I did, I would have apologized, because I've cut people off. We all have. But when I do, I apologize. I don't know if I was driving too slow or what I was doing, but the opportunity to go around me was there. But I'm not even going to act like I don't think I believe that if I wasn't a black woman, that I would have been treated differently, because it's very on brand for the current political climate here in Texas to be treated like that. And that's fucked up. I don't know. So what am I supposed to do? Because I'm just maybe still in shock. I'm just confused. I felt violated, unsafe. At the same time, glad I didn't have my own gun, because it could have been even worse. But still upset that I didn't have my own gun because I needed it. I don't know. That's all I got. I don't even know how to end this video because it's just been on my mind like that.
Ain't nobody been attacking one of the black woman, because the black woman is God. Listen, what the government did. You grew up in the hood, the government automatically put the man away. You put another man in the house who couldn't live there. Right? And what that do to the woman? That made her think, program her with what? With fears. She programmed the same fears into the kids. Stop playing with me. That's why she fucked up. The government did that. That ain't the woman's fault. I told you we under attack, and the woman the first person been under attack, especially the black woman.
Say that, because they need to stop blaming.
Well, we under attack.
Women just woke up like that.
Well, black women, no, they're under attack. They've been under attack for worse. Ain't nobody been attacking one of the black woman, because the black woman is God. Why you not going to attack her? They attack her womb. They attack her womb, gang. Stop playing with me. They attack the black woman. The black woman is under attack by the man. By the black man.
They are targeting us. They are targeting black women in America. And it's coming from both sides. And I knew, again, and I'll say it again, I knew when Kamala Harris announced black women in America were going to catch hell for her audacity. Yeah. And then when she lost, yeah, black women, we have no protection. Right now, we have no protection. At any moment, some vile and aggressive man, maggot, can start a fucking lynch mob on social media, and we start losing. And again, I never said anything about those kids. Never once. I stood up. I defended another black woman. And I'm going to keep defending us. I am not going to be silenced. I have always fought for us. I didn't intend on being the person to have to fight this fight, but it needs to happen, and so fuck it. I'm gonna fight it. I'm gonna fight it. Somebody has got to fight for us. And not just black women, though. You understand? Like, this can happen to anyone. We're easier targets. But there have got to be some guidelines. There have got to be some fucking guardrails here. Just because we decide that we don't agree with the president, we don't agree with the president's supporters, they can just all band together and start calling our employers, getting us fired, ruining our lives. No, there's going to be some guardrails in place. These social media platforms, you got guidelines up, and you're not making these maggots follow your own guidelines. Yeah, somebody's going to pay. Employers, you're going to send all of these just horrible things to the board for what? You have a whole legal department. You have an entire fucking legal department. You know I haven't violated the Nurse Practice Act. Maybe you agree with the maggots. I need protection from them too. So do you. Every single one of us deserves to be protected from these people. And I am looking to set a precedent. I am looking to change this for us, for good. And if that means making them pay, well, speak a language that a fascist understands. I won't ever forget the look on Sade Perkins' face when I first saw her video. I will never regret stepping in. And I'm not going to stop fighting. Daniel Bowling fucked up. And there's a couple other people on that list too. I'm not going to stop fighting.
Ever wonder why it feels like black women are under fire from every angle? It's because we are. Like, for real, y'all. Spiritually, socially, and physically. Black women are not targeted randomly. The attacks come on 3 planes. We have the spiritual, the social, and then the physical. Let's talk about the spiritual attack first. This is the oldest war. The distortion of the divine feminine. The primordial mother was turned into false archetypes, stripped of reverence, and hidden under mimic masks. The Matrix, right? The goal is to disconnect us from source and make us forget our original roles as the balance keepers. This is about energy, y'all. If you distort the feminine principle, you distort creation itself. Now let's go into the social attack. Now this shows up as stereotypes. Y'all, Jezebel, the mammy, the angry black woman. Y'all know y'all done heard that one. Each stereotype is about mimics' attempt to control how the world sees us and how we see ourselves. So these masks are designed to shame, silence, and contain the truth-telling power of black women. This is about perception. If society sees us through false masks, it forgets the original face. Now, the physical attack. So this is where it becomes material. So we have higher maternal mortality rates, wage theft, and economic exploitation. And I know y'all feeling that because they be hitting on pockets. Y'all know what's up. But violence, neglect, and mass incarceration. These physical assaults, they keep us in survival mode. Y'all, we can't even breathe sometimes, right? Unable to rest in remembrance. This is all about control. If your body is under siege, it's harder to rise in its power. Now, why does this matter? The attacks are coordinated. Spiritual distortion, social stereotypes, and physical harm. They all work together. But here's the thing. Once we see the pattern, we can break it. And when we break it, we return to our true frequency. So, naming the attack is the first step to ending it. Y'all keep that in mind. I just put y'all hits. Now, think of it like this, right? Think of it like a 3-point trap. Spiritually, they blindfold you. Socially, they spread lies about you. And then physically, they tie your hands. So if all 3 hit you at once, you can't even move freely. But once you see the trap, you can untie yourself, take the blindfold off, and that's why it's called a triple attack.
Call black women a threat, but really what they mean is that they can't handle us. See, here's the thing. It's not our existence that's the problem. It's our confidence. It's the way that we walk into a room without asking for permission, because let's face it, we don't need to ask for permission to be there. It's the way that we set boundaries and still choose peace. It's the way that we shine, even when we've been underestimated 1,000 times. See, the threat isn't our voice being loud. It's that we've learned how to speak up after generations of being silenced. The threat isn't our presence. It's the fact that we won't shrink ourselves to make anyone else comfortable. Like, duh, why would we do that? So if being a Black woman who knows her worth is a threat, then I'll probably be one, because we aren't here to dim our light. We're here to take up space, and we're going to thrive while we do it.
Over 300,000 Black women were laid off or pushed out the workforce in the year of 2025 alone. It blows my mind when people say we need to be hired upon our merits. Oh, you guys shouldn't be hired upon your skin color. You should be hired upon your merits. Okay, that's great. Who made this system? That's weird. And the thing that blows my mind is that Black people be sitting there going along with it like it's not a dog whistle. Yeah, we should be hired upon our merits. Okay, so there's no racial discrimination still? The people who damn near created the system is still alive, owning the companies. And some Black people even try to agree with them. And they really be sitting there tap dancing talking about something. There's no racism, You're talking to a group of people that used to eat you. The fuck are you talking about? If you raccoons don't stop eating that garbage, and then when every social experiment they do in order to hire and check if there's no longer discrimination, guess what result? No matter how many times they flip the coin, guess what result they always get? That it's not just discrimination or prejudice. It's extreme prejudice and extreme discrimination. When applicants have the exact same background, but only one difference. When they check corporate jobs, it is always the same result.
They threw acid on that baby. They threw acid on that baby, a 9-year-old baby. They threw acid on her. A child. At this point, if we don't say nothing, I don't really know. I don't really know what we doing.
The thing is, when I see these complaints online or I see things like this happening, I just laugh. But let me tell you, dear Black woman, the reason why you are always being antagonized, you're always being attacked, right, is because of who you are, right? It's important that you know your place in the society. The place of a Black woman, in fact, a Black woman is God. Yeah. And you should know that you people are the origin and the source of the earth. And so naturally, people will come to attack you. Now, if you ask those people who are attacking you, why are you always attacking us? They have no reasons. Did I do anything wrong to you? Nothing. Nothing. They will tell you nothing. Why am I being hated? Right? You always ask that question. Why are you being hated? Why are you being mistreated? Among your colleagues, among people, you find out that if you're the only Black person there as a woman, you'll be singled out, right? Most of the time, you don't lay off people; they will lay you off, all because you're a woman. I want you to understand that you're a strong person. Do not allow this stop you, right? Go for your goals. Make sure you are achieving it, right? Set boundaries and carry yourself well. Do you understand? Do not feel bad. The more you feel bad, the more these people tend to clamp on your ego. They want to treat you wrongly. But I want you to always stand up for the truth most of the time. It doesn't matter what will happen. And that's why I love Jasmine a lot, Jasmine Crockett. She is this Black woman that I see that always stands up to talk no matter what happens, right? I want you to know that is why you're hated. You're not a bad person, but you being a chosen person comes with all of that. Seeing the whole layoffs, right? Over 100,000 Black women being laid off just in 2025 alone is very, very heartbreaking. It's really, really heartbreaking. But then, carry yourself well, look for another one, and then in the midst of everything, do not still stop developing yourself. Do not stop going to school. Do not stop advancing in whatever you're doing, right? And then look for opportunities to create things for yourself. Become an employer of labor as well. You mustn't be the one working for people all the time. That is all I have to say. I want to hear from you in the comment section. Have you faced this? And how are you able to handle these challenges? Let's see. A lot of people want to learn from you. Do not forget to subscribe, like, share this video. It's me, Blessing, on Global Gist with Beejay. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.